Today I'm looking at the Anime Heroes Sakura figure from Naruto. This is one of my favourite anime, and so I really was excited to collect the figures from this. Usually figures for anime are quite expensive, usually coming through import companies like A Good Smile and ones like that, where the import fees are quite high, so you could end up paying ridiculous amounts for them. But this series is done by Bandai, and it's actually quite cheap to get. It's much cheaper than Marvel Legends and a Black Series. So yeah, it's cheap, but we'll just have a look at what the quality's like. Okay, so let's have a look. So she's got shoulder joints that move 90 degrees, but they don't go any further than that. She's got double jointed elbow joints that allow movement that I've only ever really seen on a Transformers figure. So go quite far in, probably further than they need to. The wrist looks like it should have more movement, but it only moves in two directions, despite looking like it's got a ball joint. It just won't go the other ways unless you twist it round, so it might take a bit of practice to do that. The legs aren't as restricted by the skirt as I thought they would be, which is quite good. You can see they've got gaps at the sides there. And there's really nice details on the front, where it's got a zip. There's some hip swivel. And double jointed knees that are almost as good as the elbow joints, which is good for recreating some ninja poses. And the ankle's just the same as the wrist, just only moves in two directions. And the head doesn't have a lot of movement, just moves a little bit, but it does swivel all the way around. It's a really good figure. Oh, and there's no holes in the bottom of the shoes, so if you wanted to stand for it, you might need a flight stand, but it can stand on its own. Yeah, there, it does stand. It is a bit difficult, I've had it fall over a lot. So let's have a look at the accessories. This is a power effect for her arm to recreate one of the powers she has in the show. So it just slips over onto the wrist there, like that. And just pose it to get it right, so it looks like she's punching. Yeah, it looks really good, especially because some of the other effects aren't. And then I've got a kunai with bond paper on it. It should fit into her hand, but it's one of the other optional hands that it'll fit into. So, yeah, now I'm struggling to get her to stand up. I don't think she's... No. Come on. No, she's not going to stay up. I might have to lie her down for the rest of this, unless I can... No, I'm going to lie her down. Could be here all day trying to do that. So these are the hands that the kunai fits into. It's got one for both hands, so she can hold it in either, which is quite good. And they just fit onto little pegs on her wrist. There, quite good. And then got some open hands as well. The fingers splayed like that, like she's just thrown the kunai or whatever. And she's also got little holes for the pegs. And then these are the hands for her jutsu. Two fingers stuck up like that. It's hands that come with all the figures in this wave. And the little peg holes there. So I'll just show you her compared with the other figures as well. I'll just move the box out the way so I can fit them all in, because I'll have to lean them all against the wall so they don't fall over. So there's Sakura. We've got Naruto. Just make sure he can stand up. He's a little bit taller. We've got Sasuke with his sword. I think he's also going to be a bit... Yeah, he's also just taller. And then we've got Kakashi. So I'm not sure how well these are scaled, because I think Kakashi's supposed to be a bit taller than them, because I know they're still probably about teenagers at this point, while he's an adult. The other thing I noticed as well is the skin tones on a lot of these. They're quite pale, apart from Naruto, which I'd say is quite accurate, but the others look almost like corpses, especially Kakashi. He's got a weird sort of yellowy tint on his. I don't know if that's a defect or how it's supposed to be, but Sakura and Sasuke look very pale, probably paler than they should, which is a bit strange. But yeah, overall, these figures are quite good for the money. As I said before, a lot of figures like this are expensive and really difficult to get hold of at a cheap price. The only other Naruto figures I know of that are at a cheaper price than this are, I think, the Loyal Subjects, which are around the same price, but other than that, you're looking at paying, I don't know, maybe £40 more for either a Good Smile, Figma, or an Android. So these are quite good for allowing you to collect your favourite figures on a budget. So please like and subscribe if you would like to see more, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.